So for 10 years they have been performing environmental musical.
Right.
And every 2-3 years, they pick on a special theme. About 4 years ago, it was about forests, the importance of forests, biodiversity, how forests have an important role in the recycling of elements in our hydro system and our soil, etc. And about a few years ago, they move on to another theme. And Stony Brook, Southampton was about our blue planet and how much it is under threat. But what is interesting, as the viewers will see, is that they start off this musical with a future look, 100 years now, so it's 2110. And at that time, with business as usual, the environment is pretty well messed up.
And it's showing us that through
And we're showing
floods,
that with different
typhoons, hurricanes,
sea level rise,
global warming, everything.
everything.
Now, all these predictions in this show, are they unrealistic? Do you think that they're...
if we continue as business as usual, and if we don't take decisive actions,
it'll be tomorrow.
Yes, it will, because we know this is already happening. Sea level rise, stronger typhoons, hurricanes, too much rain in one location, not enough rain in another location. Crop failure, yeah, food insecurity. They're beginning to happen. So they look forward of what's happening, and then the second act comes back to right this year and says that this year there are some very important events. And one of them, as we speak now, is this very important Copenhagen meeting in which the United States is very well represented. We understand that 5 or 6 department secretaries will be taking time to be there over the next 10 to 11 days, and President Obama has agreed to be there during the last year as well. So this is what the musical is about, that this year there's an opportunity to do something, to try to save the planet so that 100 years from now, it will not be what we fear it would be.
So we're going to watch the first clip, and the first clip actually comes in scene 2 when they are showing a mock UN meeting, and the delegates are all, and the leaders are all talking about global warming. And this is, we're in 2100, looking back at 2009 at this UN meeting, and they're discussing climate change. So why don't we roll that clip?
I would like to commence a United Nations conference. Today's topic is about global warming issues.
All of us must recognize that we are one human family, one Earth community, and all with a common destiny.
If we really want to achieve global temperature constant, then all developed countries must do their best to reduce CO2 emission and other greenhouse gas emission. Really every year, because already it stands at 10 tons per person at the moment. And we have to really achieve the medium target of 6 tons per person by 2020. And if possible, a final goal of 2 tons per person, which of course for Americans it may be almost impossible. But I think we've got to do it. We have no time to waste our natural resources, and also we must really try to save this blue planet as it was inherited 4 centuries ago.
Yes, we have seen historically unprecedented damages done to humankind and the Mother Earth. If we continue to disagree on a new post-Kyoto international agreement, we will only see dire consequences. We must move faster, and we have to do everything we can to prevent further global warming.
Change, including the installation of a global emission trading system with the international carbon price raised high enough to encourage energy saving and clean, renewable energy development.
Well, that's the way it should be for all developed countries. However, you must understand that for developing countries like India, which is my country, it's impossible to set these goals. What we think in the developing world is we should all try to promote economic growth, and that's further reduce the poverty levels in the developing world. We have to solve our social and economic problems that we have. With that, I mean, we think the developing world needs more time. We need more time, and we have to do it a little slower at our own pace.
Okay, so that was a UN meeting. We kind of spliced together some of the more important points. And next we are going to see Tokyo Philharmonic's first violinist, Mr. Obana, and he's fabulous. Check this one out.